All right, so a quick update on RoboCop Rogue City video game. It's been delayed till November 2nd, and this time it's for sure November 2nd, Thursday. And it's actually just perfect timing. It's just in time for holiday season. November is when the holiday season officially kicks in. And then we have Starfield next week. We have a bunch of VR games to play next week as well. We have a bunch of other games that are coming out. So this is perfect timing. And if you ask me personally, I think this is perfect release date. And it also gives them enough time to polish this game to make it look even better. So this is going to be my reaction on this latest trailer gameplay that was showcased on Gamescom. And let's look at it, shall we? And I'll give you my reaction to it. I might pause the video here and there just to kind of talk about briefly on my reaction because I'm a huge fan. And keep in mind, this is coming from a huge fan. So I'm looking at it subjectively because I'm a huge fan of RoboCop. And it's cool to see that Peter Weller is in this game portraying a RoboCop. How cool is that? Just the fact that he's in it, it's more than enough for me. Not to mention the Unreal Engine 5, the usage of Unreal Engine 5 here, all the locations in Dallas, Texas, perfect. Okay, so let's start looking at this, shall we?
Oh, look at that. One of the cops was actually bothered to show up. No need, SWAT's got it covered.
What is the situation?
Vultures came up with the great idea of robbing the OCP bank. They've got hostages, and they claim there's a bomb. They must be crazy to think that OCP will just let them leave with their money.
Was there any sighting of Spike?
Not yet. But I'm sure they wouldn't pull such a stunt without their leader.
What is the plan?
Let me make this clear. It's SWAT's plan. You're no part of it.
Then you are going to need a new plan.
With this buggy brain of yours, you think you still remember how to put the heat on them scumbags?
I prefer to serve justice cold.
Contact! Contact! Let's show our metal friend how it's done, boys. Cover me!
So the first thing out of the bat, I want to say, they nailed everything correctly, man. The atmosphere, the feel of the Detroit and the OCP, everything here in this gameplay feels like a RoboCop, looks like a RoboCop game, and I'll probably go as far as to say that what I'm looking at here, this will be the best RoboCop game ever made, and this is the very first time that we ever have Peter Weller inside a game. So one thing I want to say is this: like I said, the feel of the game, the city, the locations in the Dallas, Texas, and all that stuff that they have implemented from the movie in this game. The usage of Unreal Engine 5, using that Beretta that Peter Weller had in RoboCop, which was custom designed Beretta. Destructible environment, everything can be destroyed. That window, glass, wall, everything is destructible, and I like that. You can see the the gore and the blood splatter and arms and limbs being blown into pieces as you're shooting this gun. It feels like a Paul Verhoven version of a video game, and that's great. So right out of the gate, man, take my money, dude. If they have a deluxe edition or the ultimate edition, I'm buying it. So let's continue. So briefly, I just want to give you my thoughts as we were going through this gameplay.
Please put down your weapon.
You see, this is what I was talking about. All the environments can be destroyed, just like in Battlefield Bad Company 2. Dude, I love this. Dude, I really can't wait till November 2nd. So right now, my most anticipated game, it's not Starfield, it's not Spider-Man, it's this. It's this right here. And you all should be excited, man. If you are my age, you're in your late 40s and you grew up watching RoboCop, take my money, dude. Just take it. Here, giving it to you. I also want to talk about the feel, the atmosphere. Has that Paul Verhoeven theme. The music, it's from the movie. So they got the MGM rights, Orion, MGM bought the Orion. So all of the Orion movies are now part of the Metro Golden Mayer. So all of this is just perfect. This is what happens when you have a full license. You got Peter Weller in there and some other actors from the past. And it's good to see. I don't know if Nancy Allen, I think Nancy Allen might be in it. I don't know. I think Peter Weller talked about it in an interview. I think she might be in it. So, look, man, I'm already, super stoked and excited, man. And you, too, should be. This holiday season, RoboCop Rogue City. Let's continue. So, the music's pretty cool. I love the atmosphere. I love destructible environment, the gore. It has that whole Paul Verhoeven. And I'm also a huge fan of Paul Verhoeven, the Dutch filmmaker, man. I love the guy. Starship Troopers, Basic Instincts, Showgirls, etc., dude. He's done so many movies. Total Recall with Arnold.
Please put down your weapon.
Lockdown mode in front of you. Find a way to get past it. Try finding the weakest spot in the wall around the gate and breach through it.
Come on, boys. Let's finish up here and show them what it means to be a team player.
This is great. Now, you got to remember, we're looking at a 1080p compressed video. Once you start playing this on a PC with a pretty good PC like a 3090 Ti or 4080 or 4090, and you crank up everything to 4K resolution, yeah, all of this is just going to look even more detailed and polished up in November. So just keep that in mind. But what I'm seeing here so far, it really got me pumped up and excited. The destructible environment. It's like a Max Payne type gameplay here. Very gory. It has that whole Paul Verhoeven theme through it. And that's what you want. So they really nailed it, man. And this is what I was talking about earlier about developers. Passionate developers who actually care about a project versus developers who just want to make a quick cash grab, get the license, and make some money off of a movie. This is the kind of developers that I want. These are the same developers that worked on a Terminator. And the Terminator story in that game ties in perfectly with the first Terminator and the second Terminator, Judgment Day. And it's right in between. And these guys should make every 80s movie to video game based on a movie. I would like to see them do Cobra with the Night Slasher. I would like to see them do, Bloodsport and some other things. But we'll see. Let's continue.
Like you're all that impressive. With all that fancy tech, a brick would know how to shoot.
RoboCop, I've received information that the bank manager is held hostage in the vault.
Where exactly is it?
Find the manager's office, and we'll go from there. It's at the far end of the office area.
Your presence here is unauthorized.
So is depriving thousands of people of a roof over their heads. But OCP doesn't seem to mind that.
Explain.
Delta City. A heaven on earth that OCP plans to build in place of old Detroit? A city of the future where there is no crime or poverty. Do you believe the commercials?
I am working on the no crime part.
Then OCP may become the object of your attention soon. In order to create Delta City, OCP must first get rid of people who live in old Detroit. Now that's a topic I'd rather do a story on than you glitching. OCP offered these people investment in the project.
And this is another good aspect of the RoboCop Rogue City. It's not just some repetitive, mindless, shoot 'em up, quick cash grab based on a licensed movie type of a game. It also has a story, and the choices you make can affect some of these characters, like this journalist right here, right? So you have an option on what you want to choose, and based on what you choose can have an outcome on the character's fate and on how the game progresses. So that's pretty cool that you have these choices where you can kind of pick and choose how you handle the situation. And the story, it's also a very important part. And I don't think Peter Weller would have agreed to this project if the script and the story wasn't there. He always talked about there has to be a theme, right? And he talks about this all the time. He's a very smart guy. You know, he's a professor for crying out loud, and an actor and musician, jazz player, plays a saxophone. So he talked about, like, the theme has to be there. Like, one of the issues he had with RoboCop 2, he said, was it was too much action, but there was no theme. The first movie had a theme. Like, what is his purpose? Okay, now he's this robot, and we know that he's never going to be that guy that he used to be. You know, he can never have children. He can never be married. He is this product now. But he can do some good with it as resurrection, as being resurrected, almost like a Jesus being resurrected. He can do some good to help the society, to fix the city, to make the world a better place. And he has that ability to do so through this robotic, personality that he is. He's still Murphy, but through this robotic entity. And that's the theme has to be there, like and I think that if the game catches that theme here, if the story is good, I think now when you put action, the gameplay, a very good gameplay with a really good story, I think you can have a really good game on our hands here. Easily like 8 out of 10, or maybe even 9 out of 10. We'll see.
The value of their property would cover the cost of entering the business. The later gains will far outweigh the cost, supposedly.
You do not believe that.
It's OCP. There must be a catch, and I think I found it. The documents say something about additional costs. I believe that's a loophole that OCP placed in order to scam people out of their homes.
That is only suspicion.
And I need time to prove that my suspicion is true. Time and some of these documents I found. If you detain me, the SWAT jerks will requisition them.
You can go, but if you continue to disobey the law, you will be detained.
You see how he made a decision to let her go and not detain her. So this creates a much better relationship and trust between her and RoboCop, right? And this is what I was talking about. So this is the part that I'm really excited about. And the developers who created this game, they're really known for this, especially in the Terminator game that I played. And I finished that Terminator game. I have it on my playlist. So this is also another exciting part of RoboCop Rogue City, is the story and the choices. It's almost like a Starfield, right, where you're making the choices on how you progress. So at the same time, you're kind of writing your own script with these multiple different choices, multiple different endings, so that will create a repeat in replayability, So this is something that you guys should get excited about. RoboCop Rogue City. It's not just some mindless shoot 'em up type of a game. There's more to it. And like I said, I don't think Peter Weller would have agreed to do this if he didn't like the script and if he didn't believe that there's a theme in it, Because he's very picky, about what he decides to do.
Maybe I should have treated you more like a police officer than OCP's property. Anyway, the city owes you. And I owe you too.
I can see you've reached the manager's office. Great. Now look for a switch that unlocks the doors that lead to the vault. If I was a bank manager, I would probably ask for that switch to be installed somewhere around my desk. Now, take the door...
I just want to emphasize really quick that the version they were playing, it's the PC version, because at the top left corner I saw a shift cursor mouse press. That means that they were using a PC version. So what you're looking at here, it's a PC version. So I just want to clarify it on that. Okay?
Doors behind the desk and turn left. The way to the vault should be open now.
I will not contribute to depriving my grateful employer of his hard-earned savings. We're opening this vault with or without your help, you old nutjob. our founder would send his best.
We're not done yet.
Mr. Becker, you're still alive.
I only played dead so I didn't end up like you, with a bomb strapped to my body.
RoboCop, you have to defuse it. The explosion could cause the company enormous losses.
I need the support of a combat engineer.
I saw that Orpheus kid playing puzzle games on his breaks. Ask him for help. I'll be watching you. From a safe distance.
Officer Washington, I am looking at a ticking bomb.
A bomb? Okay, I'm passing you through to the bomb squad.
There is no time. I will need your help to defuse it.
Gosh, I mean, I'll do my best, but just give me a moment. First aid, kidnapping...
Are you looking for a bomb defusing chapter in the police manual?
Found it. First rule, call qualified personnel. Oh, no. Okay, tell me what you see.
Four connectors with different voltage.
What's the highest voltage?
24 volts. It is a C4 explosive and seems to be homemade.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect from the street vultures.
4 cables, green, 2 reds, and blue.
4 cables? Got it.
Cables lead to the fuse.
Does the fuse appear to be electronic?
Affirmative.
Okay, so they used this kind of bomb before. According to the diagram, you should detach 3 cables. Start from the one with the highest voltage, then proceed down one at a time to the one with the lowest voltage.
There are 2 different color 12-volt cables. Which one do I detach first?
Okay, maybe this isn't the time, but I'm colorblind.
I will have to improvise.
Just remember, detach the one with the highest voltage first, then proceed down to the lowest voltage.
It was...
And this is also a cool addition to this game. It's these small little things you have to do, detaching a bomb, high voltage, low voltage, top to bottom wire of a high to low voltage. Things like this where you have to do certain things, accessing certain doors and certain things, and small details like this really makes this an immersive RoboCop experience. And everything about this gameplay shows me that this is going to be the best RoboCop game ever, because we have never had anything like this, and thank God that we finally got a game that it's really giving the fans what they deserve. So very impressed so far.
Was just a minor incident. Ready to get back to business? 'Cause I need to make a withdrawal. Like now.
Well, I should really check upstairs.
Nonsense. This is OCP. Money comes first. Now, open the vault.
There you go, sir.
Great. Now out of my way.
What the hell is this? Where is all the money?
Our founder has most of our capital tied up in a very ambitious and resource-heavy project.
I can't believe old man's blowing all of OCP's money on Delta City.
Have some respect, young man.
Things are closing in. Are you already in the tunnels? If you're not back with the money in the next 2 minutes, we're leaving.
You should be proud to work for such a great man.
At this rate, soon there might be no one left to work for him. See what I'm talking about?
I like how RoboCop Murphy, it's very observant, as he should be. He's the robot, half human, and a human spirit lives inside of him. How he's very observant, and he can, overhear certain things like on the radio, and then connect the dots. Oh, they blow up a hole over here, so let's go follow the inside this tunnel, and that will lead us to where the money possibly is being taken. Or where they stole the money. So these small little things, man, really makes this a great experience.
You're out of the bank already?
I have the bikers. I have followed them into a tunnel.
So that's how they must have gotten here in the first place. It seems they're retreating into the old industrial area. That must be where they've hidden their getaway vehicle. You gotta hurry. RoboCop, there's a deserted warehouse nearby. It's the only building which the area, and it's big enough to store their vehicle. It's your best bet to proceed there.
Roger that.
Man, love it, man. They really nailed it. The design of the Detroit, all these parts of bad areas in the city, like in the movie, in the Detroit, they really got the whole feel of that Paul Verhoeven theme, right? You can tell, man, that they've done a lot of research, that they've done a lot of hard work into this game, and clearly they're passionate about this project, about the RoboCop, and they really wanted it to be successful. And the developers who are making this game clearly want to give something back to the fans, because themselves are most likely are huge fans of the movie. And this is what happens when you have passionate developers working on a project like this. And then you got the likes of Peter Weller being in the movie. I mean, in the video game, I'm sorry, in the video game. I heard Nancy Allen might be in it as well. And so this is what makes it just... I mean, I'm super excited, man. If you're not excited about this, then you probably never seen the RoboCop movie. Then you probably don't know nothing about RoboCop movie. I suggest for you to watch the movie, and then you will understand why I feel so excited about what I'm seeing here. Another thing I noticed is how the parts of the motorcycles, they stay on the ground, and the parts of the bodies that you destroyed and killed, they stay on the ground, and the particle effects and all of that. It really shows you that they are utilizing the best of the Unreal Engine 5. And keep in mind, they can always update this engine. They still got till November. They can update the Unreal Engine 5 to 5.1, or maybe 5.2, or maybe in the future 5.3 or 5.4 engine. And they can make it even better. I really have no complaints here. I'm just impressed. Super impressed what I'm seeing here, guys. I'll make the final closing comments at the end of the gameplay video. So let's continue. All right, so my closing comments I want to give regarding this game. Just give me a second here. All right. So here's my closing comments. What I have witnessed here in this 21 minute of a video. And I know this it's about half an hour video, maybe 40 minutes. This is exactly what I was referring to earlier when I talked about the passionate developers being passionate about the project that they're making. And this is exactly the results of that. In order for you to make something great, you have to be passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, then you can't make it good. And you can't satisfy majority of the fans. Same thing goes for the Star Wars, for the Batman, for the DC comics and Marvel comics, etc., etc. All right, you have to be passionate about the project and you have to understand it. And thank God that the developers who are making this RoboCop Rogue City game are super passionate about it, and they are huge fans like I am and you are, who are watching this, are passionate. And look, everything I'm seeing here, it's exactly what I want. I mean, I have nothing negative to say because everything, it's exactly the way it should be. The theme is there of RoboCop, of Paul Verhoeven movie. It's in the game. Peter Weller's in it. The way the RoboCop moves, the sounds, the locations in the Dallas, Texas, the Detroit, the old Detroit, it's all there. Everything is there, man. Everything looks and feels like a RoboCop should. The way he walks, the way he moves, even when he falls down, he uses his hand to hold on to the floor and then gets up again. Everything is calculated carefully. Nothing was done like you know, like a fly-by-night kind of a project. Everything here was done carefully, and it's presented carefully. That's because they're passionate about this project. And again, I don't think Peter Weller would have agreed to do this if he didn't feel that these guys gonna do him honors. And I'm pretty sure this game's gonna get at least 8 out of 10. Maybe somebody will give it 9. One of the things that I would like to see in the future updates of the RoboCop Rogue City, maybe in 2024 roadmap, what I would like to see in a 2024 roadmap of the RoboCop Rogue City is a multiplayer would be nice, maybe a co-op, maybe a add-on to the VR. But besides the multiplayer and the co-op, I think the VR would have been a great welcome addition for a PC, a VR for the PC, and the VR for the PlayStation VR 2. I think PlayStation VR 2 would have benefited greatly with the RoboCop Rogue City add-on next year in 2024, if developers ever choose to do so. They can take a full advantage, man, of the sense controllers, haptic feedback, spatial 3D audio, the eye tracking, and all of that stuff, man, with Murphy. So the PlayStation VR 2 version would have been perfect for RoboCop Rogue City. So you know what? Forget the multiplayer, forget the co-op. That can come later. I would definitely focus on the 2024 PlayStation VR 2 roadmap for RoboCop Rogue City. That would be my final wish for the future of this game. And if they do that next year in 2024, then we're in. I'm in heaven, dude. I'm practically in heaven. And you guys who are a huge fan of the RoboCop, you are in heaven. And that would also sell a lot of VR headsets for PlayStation VR 2. So look, man, I'm excited about it. I don't know what else to tell you other than I'm super stoked, excited. Take my money. This will be the best RoboCop game ever. November 2nd, 2023. Mark your calendars. Just in time for holiday season. Perfect timing. So, yeah, man. Perfect. 2 thumbs up, way up. If I'm getting excited, and I'm a huge fan, you too should get excited about this, which I'm pretty sure you are. As soon as the pre-order becomes available, I will pre-order this, 100%. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.